wanna praise you, Yahweh. I wanna thank you, Yahweh. I'm so grateful, Yahweh. I wanna thank you, Yahweh.
For the promises. Life is a blessing and life is a lesson. Life is a setback and life is progression. Life is uneasy at times, life is comfortable. Life will lift you up and at times life will humble you. Life is a gift, you better thank the Lord for it. Every chance you get, someone is less fortunate. Life goes in circles, life throws you curveballs. Life can be deceiving like preachers in the church halls. Life isn't promised. If I could be honest, the fact that I'm alive, that time has me astonished. Cause I came from the underground, being tossed around, being lost and found. Now they adore the sound of the priest, far from a nuance. Verses are proverbs, writtens are the new songs. Another song for the blocks and the avenues. Everything is plain, I don't speak to them in parables.
I wanna praise you, Yahweh.
I wanna praise you.
I wanna thank you, Yahweh. I'm so grateful,
I'm so grateful.
Yahweh. I wanna thank you, Yahweh.
For the power I see the world through different eyes. Every Sunday got the preacher telling different lies, hearing things that I really couldn't visualize. Should've listened, Big said you'd be hypnotized. I was a victim too, I say respectfully. They all up in the soup, don't know the recipe. Talking about I'm not who I was bred to be. Count me out, man, who made you the referee? Trying to get stripes, trying to cloud chase. At 19, I made an about face. Thanks to Christ, it's also about grace. And they lied when they said it ain't about race. But that's another song, I ain't the first to tell you. Woke up on a deeper and a surface level. Learned the laws and the laws changed my attitude. And this song is to show you how a gratitude. I'm so grateful.
I wanna praise you, Yahweh. I wanna thank you, Yahweh. I'm so grateful,
We're so grateful.
Yahweh. I wanna thank you, Yahweh.
Now let it ride.
I wanna praise you, I wanna thank you.
What's going on? What's going on, Israelite family? What is going on? Welcome to another edition of the Lions of Israel Sunday class. It's your brother Priest Daniel, representing Lions of Israel, Maccabees TV, and of course, I am joined this week by the sister Malika of the Lions of Israel camp as well. So for you guys that have been paying attention and following along every single Sunday for the last, I would like to say at least a month and a half, we've been doing classes every single week, dealing with health, trying to help brothers and sisters with a lot of problems that brothers and sisters are having, and you guys are not talking about it. So we're trying to give you guys information that can be helpful to you. You may also know somebody that might need this information as well. So ping people to the room. Tell people to come to the room on Clubhouse. You guys on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channels if you're not subscribed, share, spread the word. We're giving you brothers and sisters this information. It may not seem like it's relevant to you right now, but I already know how this thing goes. A couple of months from now, somebody's going to jump in the inbox. Hey, what was y'all talking about 3-4 months ago? I forgot. What was the name of that herb? Blah, 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 whatever. That's how it goes. With that being said, without further ado, there's a lot for us to go over today. So I'm about to pass the floor to Sister Malika. You guys are on Clubhouse. From time to time, I'll make the announcement, but the link is at the top of the room. It's a PowerPoint, as always. The link is at the top of the room. Click the link at the top of the room. Come over to YouTube and watch the PowerPoint and learn and share. With that being said, Sister Malika, I turn it over to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. Come on in the room, everybody. Come on in the room. Pull the chair out, sit down, relax, have a glass of water, something. All right. I appreciate you guys coming today. You could have been doing a lot of stuff, but here you are. Here you are. So welcome again to another health and wellness conversation. All right. I am going to get right into it. And before I get into it, please, as the priest said, please just hit the like button. Just hit the like button. Before I begin, I want to see the like button going up. Okay, that's what I want to see before I start. We don't have a lot of likes right now. Just hit the button. Let's see. Hang on. There you go. All right. Okay. There we go. Just hit the like button, guys, and just click the link and share it. Just share it. All right. All right, I'm going to share my screen as always. I may not be able to get through this particular, these slides today because I have a lot. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of videos, okay? Today I'm going to be sharing a lot of videos. So we're going to be watching some videos today. All right? Okie dokie. Let's get right into it. All right, so if you guys can see what I'm sharing, put one in the chat. One in the chat if you guys can see what I'm sharing.
They can see it. Just go right into it.
See it? Okay. All right. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So I decided to name the title of the class today, What Happened in the Dark is Coming to Light. You guys will see why I name it that. Because, some things happened a few years ago, and now, now Esau is telling on himself. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys, before I begin, I wanted to tell you guys what prompted me to talk about this particular topic today. Okay. I don't know how many of you that are watching are dealing with poor circulation, or how many of you have taken the COVID shots, okay? But what prompted me to talk about this particular topic today is because I was talking to a sister a few days ago, and she told me about her 42-year-old brother who took the COVID shot and ended up dying of a heart attack, okay? And that really made me sad. I can't even tell you how sad. 42 years old, and the brother, so yeah, that was just sad. So now let me say this before I continue, right? I'm not saying that the COVID vaccines are the only thing that can cause heart attack and stroke. That is not what I'm saying at all, okay? People have been getting heart attacks and stroke way before the vaccines, all right? What I am going to discuss today are some of the things that contributes to heart attack and stroke. And that includes your lifestyle and the COVID vaccines, okay? A lot of that is going on. So before I say anything else, I do want to say that I do understand, when I'm not here to judge, all right? I understand that many people were forced against their will to accept this thing, okay? For fear of losing their income, their home, their livelihood. So we're not here to, all right. Now, do the COVID vaccine cause health problems, including poor circulation and heart problem? So as you guys know, a lot of things about the shots have been suppressed and hidden from us. Okay? A few years ago, we couldn't say certain words on the internet because we were censored. There's certain words that we all know. I cannot tell you how many times I've had my account blocked and banned because just posting health stuff in our group on Facebook have gotten my account. I have so many accounts on Facebook because I keep having to make new accounts because since 2020. Okay. Some of them I can't even get back in there. But anyway, yeah. So now we have doctors are stepping out of the dark and they're speaking up. So I'm going to show a video. You have the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee. I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't matter. They held a so-called powerful hearing on the vaccine injuries and testimonies. And among the witnesses was doctors, okay? There's a particular doctor by the name of Robert Sullivan. He's an anesthesiologist, and he shared his personal experience into the adverse effects of these shots, okay? And they say his testimony raised serious concern about the link between the shots and severe side effects, okay? So here he is. I'm not going to play the entire video, guys, because it's a little long. I'm just going to show you a little bit of what he's saying here. So let's see if the volume is up on this thing here.
Just 3 weeks after my second dose, I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without gasping for air. I became short of breath doing even simple things, walking, standing, even speaking. I had constant chest pressure, arrhythmias, and overwhelming fatigue. I cannot overstate the misery. It felt like my body was failing me. I was experiencing right heart failure. Still, I questioned myself. Was this real or in my head? Then an echocardiogram confirmed the damage. The diagnosis was pulmonary hypertension. I had damage and narrowing of the blood vessels in my lungs, restricting blood flow and straining the heart. This isn't like regular high blood pressure. Pulmonary hypertension is usually progressive and fatal even with treatment.
Just so you know, this guy's a medical doctor and he took the vaccine.
There is no cure. It felt like a death sentence. There's a cost of manufacturing the medicine and the research. There's a cost to administer it. And there is the hidden cost of injuries. And we do not know what that is. It is not studied. It's not taught.
Our next witness is Dr. Robert Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan is a licensed physician and board-certified anesthesiologist over 20 years of active practice in Maryland. He is here today to talk about his vaccine injury following his COVID-19 injection. Dr. Sullivan.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of fast forward it a little bit.
The same month I received my first COVID mRNA live save is convincing.
I'm sorry, guys.
Equivalent to aging 5 to 10 years in just 1 week. Why is this? I now see colleagues and patients struggling with daily tasks. Many are limited by unexplained shortness of breath. Could this be a spectrum of vascular damage like what happened to me? These are urgent questions. This is not normal aging. This is not simple deconditioning. Until we study this systematically, we won't know how many have been injured by COVID or by the spike protein itself. Our medical system must honor its foundational oath to do no harm. When harm does occur, the right thing is to recognize
It's causing the brain fog, the neurological injuries, and the death.
Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to the good part.
Turn the human cell into a manufacturing site for something that's toxic to his body. It's like, gee, what could go wrong?
yes.
Encapsulated in a lipid nanoparticle designed to permeate difficult permeate barriers like the blood-brain, like the placenta. You knew it wasn't. They knew it wouldn't. They knew it didn't stay in the arm, and yet they lied to us.
Oh, they lied to us.
That
was not told at the time.
So again, I would say that a doctor telling Ms. Tommy that the seizure after a vaccination is perfectly normal.
No, it isn't.
That's a lie.
Yes.
I mean, it's a jaw-dropping lie. But talk about the spike protein, because what we're hearing now is what I'm seeing is everybody. It's all being blamed on long COVID. The brain fog. It's all about long COVID. Once again, complete state of denial. Well, the nasty part of the coronavirus is the spike protein.
Yes.
That is the antigen that the mRNA injection cause the body to produce?
Yes, it's a
Kind of like,
biologically active
duh. So
molecule.
maybe it's the vaccine that's causing the brain fog, the neurological injuries, and the death, and the strokes, and the problem. I can't remember what it's called, the lining inside your blood vessels. I mean, that's, I think, your problem, right?
Vasculitis, yes.
Yeah.
Inflammation of vessels.
So talk a little bit about what you found out now that you've done your research in terms of the spike protein, and when you've got, at least in the virus, it hopefully would clear. But with the mRNA, it's not real mRNA. It's modified.
All right, guys. So
modified.
that's I don't know who Senator Johnson is. I have no idea. But I just wanted to show you guys today that, we don't really see a lot of this in the mainstream. But these are conversations that are happening. You have to go searching for these things. But the white man is telling on himself now after the fact. They're openly admitting, I mean, the damage that this thing caused. I mean, obviously that was that's what they wanted, right? But now they're openly admitting it. They're openly admitting what we all knew all along. Okay, let's move on.
Just 3 weeks after my second dose, I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here's another one.
The next witness is Dr. Jordan Vaughn. Dr. Vaughn is a physician and clinical researcher in Birmingham, Alabama. As owner and CEO of MedHealth Clinics, Dr. Vaughn has directed his organization to the leading edge of early outpatient treatment of COVID-19 for his patients and greater Birmingham community. Dr. Vaughn has treated over 4,000 long COVID and COVID vaccine injured patients. Dr. Vaughn.
Thank you. Chairman Johnson and Ranking Member Blumenthal, thank you for having me. I'm going to dovetail a little bit off what Dr. McCullough said. And one of the things that, as a clinician who also had about 200 people working for him and actually seeing about 170,000 patients a year, when COVID came along, I had to really figure out how to not only help my staff and make sure they're safe, but also help the patients that my organization was responsible for. And that really made me dive into understanding the pathology. And what I came away with was understanding that the spike protein, the S1 subunit specifically, is not a benign protein. It triggers inflammation, it disrupts endothelial barriers, it induces fibrin resistant to breakdown, and it promotes a lot of amyloid aggregates, which is what I research. These effects impair oxygen delivery, damage blood vessels, contribute to clotting pathologies that manifest with a lot of the symptoms that we're seeing in the long COVID and vaccine injured, which to this day is a huge amount of people. We're talking upwards of 10 to 15 million people in America that are being affected by the consequences of COVID in the long form or vaccine injury. And the typical symptoms are things like heart racing, brain fog, shortness of breath, and post-exertional malaise. In my clinic, I actually use immunofluorescent microscopy to be able to actually see what's going on in the blood and look for these amyloid aggregates. Some as young as teenagers that are unable to stand. Others are previously active adults suffering small strokes without typical identifiable causes. These are not abstract theories. They are the lived realities of my patients in Alabama and beyond. The mRNA injection, heralded as a solution, introduced a novel mechanism, lipid nanoparticles delivering modified mRNA that instructs the cells to produce a stabilized spike protein. Unlike traditional vaccines, this approach resulted in uncontrolled production of the spike protein for an unknown duration and distributes it widely across organs, including the heart, brain, and vasculature, and ovaries and testes.
That one went right over somebody's head. I'm gonna rewind it. I know that one went right over some people's head. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Widely across organs, including the heart, brain, and vasculature, and ovaries and testes.
That's the part I want you guys to hear. This thing from that vaccine, whatever it is, it's literally all over your body, including the woman's ovaries and the man's testicles. I mean, they're trying to damage every part of your body. They don't want you to reproduce. They want your heart to stop. They just, are y'all okay? Now they're openly admitting this stuff. Let him say it again. Let him say it again.
For an unknown duration and distributes it widely across organs, including the heart, brain, and vasculature, and ovaries and testes. The actual EMA, their assessment of Comirnaty, which is Pfizer's vaccine, noted biodistribution beyond the injection site, contradicting claims that the vaccine stays in the arm. And a recent groundbreaking study using single-cell precision nanocarrier identification revealed LNP accumulation in the heart tissue of mice with adverse proteomic changes in immune and vascular proteins.
Okay, all right. Let me move on. I think you guys get the point. You guys get the point. They're not even hiding the truth. The truth was always there, but we weren't, but now they're openly just telling you this. Now, how do these spike proteins, like they keep saying, the spike protein, how do these things affect your body? Spike proteins can damage the cells and lead to long-term damage, particularly in the brain and the blood vessels. Research indicates that it can trigger anxiety behavior and exacerbate or trigger condition like traumatic brain injury and stroke. It worsens neurological condition. So if you're already dealing with some type of neurological condition, it's going to worsen it. It reduces circulation. So now you start having circulation problem, poor circulation. It disrupts the male and female sexual organs, such as the ovaries and the testicles. Okay. and just because you're not feeling, I'm talking about the people who have taken the shot. Just because you haven't been experiencing none of this for the last couple of years, that doesn't mean it's. Listen, this thing takes up to years. Okay, and you have some people who are experiencing some of these symptoms, and they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention because you don't know your body.
A groundbreaking new study sounding alarms about the safety of COVID mRNA vaccines, directly challenging claims from public health officials and raising urgent questions about transparency and trust. So using hard data from disease trends, from patient outcomes, and immune system analysis, multiple research reports show that heart inflammation risks tied to the vaccines may be far greater and maybe even more dangerous than previously reported, particularly among young men. Joining us now to discuss this is independent medical
among young men. Now, what young men do you think they were targeting? Can y'all take a wild guess? What young men do you think they were specifically targeting?
Alliance Senior Fellow of Pediatric Cardiology, Dr. Kirk Milholm. Good morning to you, Doctor. Welcome to the National News Desk. Great to have you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
This new study about the safety of COVID mRNA vaccines was published in the International Journal of Cardiovascular Research and Innovation, as I understand it. Tell us about the scope of this research and really your top findings from it.
So it's a compilation of studies that really have been out there since 2021. We saw a signal in the vaccine product causing problems, especially in the young adults, especially young males. That was causing heart inflammation. And so what we have done is compiled all those different peer-reviewed journals, articles, and data, and put them in one place, easily accessible, with 42 pages and 341 references of our concerns that this is a real issue, and these vaccines do little good for healthy children and young adults.
Right. Were you able to distinguish the cause of myocarditis, the differential between a COVID infection versus it being just an adverse reaction to the COVID vaccine?
All right, guys. Yeah, I think you guys are getting the picture here.
A groundbreaking news.
1 second. Okay. Now you have doctors that are leaving their practice. There are medical doctors that are walking away from practicing medicine. Oh, yeah. They're tired of the lies. Let's see. Hold on. Hang on. Okay.
My entire medical career, starting in medical school, I kept hearing these things that just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, really? Is that true? I can't believe that's true.
A lot of things about medicine at the time of my training didn't sit right with me.
As a physician, I took an oath to do no harm, and I took an oath to help patients thrive. And so
when I found out that basically Big Pharma was making billions of dollars a year off of pills that millions of people were taking every day, that wasn't decreasing the risk of heart attack and stroke in any meaningful way. And I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I had become so frustrated with that my wife very point blank said, look, I think you have two choices, fix it or leave. And I thought about it and I said, I can't fix it, I'm leaving. So I left medicine altogether.
I actually had to walk away from the surgical world because I realized that the system is rigged against the American patient to create diseases and then profit off of them.
After seeing,
Okay, that went right over somebody's head. Let's see what she just said. Hang on.
And I thought about it and I said, I can't fix it, I'm leaving. So I left medicine altogether.
I actually had to walk away from the surgical world because I realized that the system is rigged against the American patient to create diseases and then profit off of them.
Okay, that's a doctor. She says the system is creating sicknesses and profiting off of it. Creating them. Okay, there we go.
Wait one second.
I eventually left Western medicine. I don't practice Western medicine as
You were saying something, Dan?
Yeah, 1 second. We have to add on to that. We have to add on to that, guys. The system is creating illnesses and diseases and profiting off of them. And the system is creating vaccines that actually do more damage and kind of exacerbate already existing illnesses like COVID-19 that she's talking about. Now, I wanted to add this one caveat before she goes on. I ain't going to be too long. You guys have to go back and do some research because somebody's probably asking, well, if all these people are getting sick and all these side effects of the vaccine are starting to manifest, where are the lawsuits? Well, if you guys will remember, Joe Biden and the Congress at the time passed laws giving the vaccine companies like Pfizer, so forth and so on, they have immunity from lawsuits. They made sure that they passed those laws before the vaccines came out, which I couldn't understand. When people saw that was an automatic red flag to let you know something is going to go wrong because they had to give themselves immunity before they rolled the vaccine out. And now that the studies are coming out and people are finding out about the blood clots and people are dying, you can't sue. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have no legal grounds. You can't sue them because they were given immunity by the government, by the powers that be, which mean you know that you have this illness that is caused by their product, but you cannot sue them because the government is protecting them. Literally, that's what it is.
doctor, I became so disillusioned.
I was incredibly naive in my thought of how hemp medicine worked. I thought, you do the right thing and you're rewarded for that. And what I found out very painfully was that if you're advocating for health and lifestyle and it's impacting the bottom line of a corporation or a hospital and they're losing money, they're not interested in that. And that's the whole crux here. So I didn't want to go back to that.
These are all doctors, guys.
Doctors are leaving the medical system in record numbers, pushing back against more surgeries, prescribing endless medications, and doing more unnecessary procedures. And it's not because they don't care about their patients, but because they care too much. And they're frustrated with seeing people suffer longer than they need to because of the way the medical system is set up. Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Cassie Means, Dr. Paul Saladino, Dr. Peter Attia, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Sean Baker. These are physicians who made it through some of the hardest, most grueling years of training anyone can imagine, and yet they all reached the same breaking point.
Through medical school, we're not really taught how to actually help patients get better.
My practice had turned into nothing but complete drudgery. I had patients I'd been seeing for 10 years for their type 2 diabetes, and the only thing that had changed changed for them over the years was the number of pills that they now took. They took a lot more now than they did 10 years ago. Their diabetes.
I hope that did not go over somebody's head. Did y'all listen to what this doctor just said? Okay. If you're wondering why you're not getting over your diabetes, okay, let's continue.
Diabetes was no better. They were being damaged and harmed every single day of their life
let's run it back.
I had patients I'd been seeing for 10 years for their type 2 diabetes, and the only thing that had changed for them over the years was the number of pills that they now took. They took a lot more now than they did 10 years ago. Their diabetes was no better. They were being damaged and harmed every single day of their life because I was an idiot.
So why are more and more doctors refusing to prescribe medications, and what does this mean for you? Well, let's talk about it. I'm Lily. I'm a certified nutrition health coach, and each with years of training, not how to, do the surgery and then bill for it. Instead, what they're trained to do is look at a disease, diagnose it, then here's your prescription, here's your surgery, let's have this medication, let's do this injection.
What I was told, what I was charged with throughout my medical education, memorizing thousands of drugs.
Prescribe a pill, perform an operation.
Prescribe.
Then I'd have to add another pill and another pill and then an injection.
In order to make someone a lot of money selling us drugs to make us healthy, but they never actually heal us because we're destined to be labeled with the disease our entire life.
And part of this is because, who are the people underwriting our medical education? It's the pharmaceutical companies.
Medical school is basically funded by pharmacological companies.
But the pharmaceutical companies are wildly invested in medical education, in medical research. At the level of the FDA, at the level of the USDA, there's profound corruption.
The way that healthcare, which is the largest and fastest growing industry in the United States, makes money is you have more patients in the system having more things done to them for longer periods of time.
And it's all about profiteering. Medicine is based.
Hang on. I'm sorry, guys, but I have to run that back because I don't know. Maybe somebody in the back wasn't listening. Okay. I really want y'all to. These are medical doctors. Do y'all know how long it is that it takes to become a medical doctor? I have family members who went through the grueling process. Okay. It's years upon years upon years, and then you gotta go and a residency and blah, 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 blah. Okay. These people went through all of that and then they left because they don't want to live the lie. What did she let's see what she just said. Hang on. Let's see what the lady just said.
Heal us because we're destined to be labeled with the disease our entire life.
And part of this is because, who are the people underwriting our medical education? It's the pharmaceutical companies.
Medical school is basically funded by pharmacological companies.
But the pharmaceutical companies are wildly invested in medical education, in medical research. At the level of the FDA, at the level of the USDA, there's profound corruption.
The way that healthcare, which is the largest and fastest growing industry in the United States, makes money is you have more patients in the system having more things done to them for longer periods of.
You have more patients that are having more things done for a longer period of time. Guys, if you ever wonder why when you go to the doctor and they keep telling you to come back for this appointment and that appointment, and they need to run blood work for this, and they need to test this, and they need to test that, and blah, 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 and they need to send you over there and send you over where. It's more money. The more things they do, the more money comes out of your pocket or your insurance company or whatever it is, the more money they're making, the more stuff that they have you running around doing, the more procedures and surgery that you're doing because you are not taking care of your body. Because for some reason, you think that your health lies in the hands of the white man. It's his job to take care of you and your body and your health. That's what a lot of our people think. You ask them, hey, when was the last time you had a such and such a test done? Or was the last time you do this or that? well, I gotta go see my doctor. My doctor says this, and my doctor. When's the last time you do a cleanse? You know, when was the last time? How's your, your number 2? How's that going? You know, are you healthy down there? Whatever. And it's, oh, well, I haven't gone to see my doctor yet. What does the doctor have to do with you taking care of yourself at home?
If I may, Sister Malika, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell people this. It's only, it's a small group here, so I'm going to give you guys an insight into something personal. I normally don't tell you guys personal stuff, but this is just to help you guys. To land back on what she's saying, the problem with a lot of our people is that you don't recognize things that's going on with your body. You don't recognize certain signs. So you're going to the doctor as though the doctor is your most high, the doctor is your God, waiting for them to tell you what's wrong with you, when, in fact, if you really looked into certain symptoms that you're having, right, and actually researched it, you would know what's going on with you because your body gives you warning signs. That way, when you go to the doctor, you guys are having a conversation back and forth. They're not just telling you, hey, this is what's wrong with you. You know what's wrong with you. And you also can recognize if the doctor is telling you some BS. I'm going to give you guys a quick example. I normally don't tell my personal business, but I'm going to do this one time because I think it's important. Many years ago, right, Priest Daniela fell off the wagon and was eating a lot of bad foods, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not supposed to be eating. And I am predisposed to asthma. I'm predisposed to asthma. I had asthma as a child. I'm predisposed to asthma. So because I fell off the wagon and was eating a lot of foods I shouldn't be eating, a lot of dairy, et cetera, which builds up the mucus in my system, and I started having like really bad asthma attacks. And I was actually admitted into a hospital for asthma. And after a couple of days of being in the hospital, them giving me the steroids and everything that they're supposed to give me to clear everything up, I felt better. So I told the nurses, tell the doctor, I want to go home. The nurses said they would call the doctor and tell the doctor to come see me. When the doctors came to my room, they was like, yeah, your asthma's better, but we need to keep you. I'm like, for what? They said, well, we think you might have lupus. What? I don't have lupus. I don't see, most people would have felt like, lupus, oh my God. No, I don't have that. I know I don't have that. I know the symptoms. It's an autoimmune disease. I don't have that. And you're not about to give it to me. You want to keep me in the hospital, experiment with drugs on me because I'm Black, and tell me that I have something that I don't have, and now I'm all messed up. Absolutely not. Sign me out. And that comes from me knowing myself, me being in tune with my body, because I study health, I study wellness, I study herbs, so forth and so on. So I know when you bullshit me. So what she's trying to say, and I'm gonna give it back the floor, I don't want to take too long. What she's trying to say is, when you're going to the doctor, you should absolutely be consulting with your doctor, but we need to get to a place as a people where you know your body and you know when a doctor is telling you some bullshit. You got it.
1,000%. 1,000%. Unbelievable.
Time. And it's all about profiteering. Medicine has basically gone to profiteering. And we're seeing United Healthcare, all the health insurance companies are focusing on how do we make more money.
More and more drugs being prescribed, and things are not getting better. It's more difficult to actually see a doctor and talk about health and well-being. That doesn't happen. It's all about more and more drugs.
It's a system built to manage disease, not cure it. Think about it. If you have high blood pressure, you'll probably leave the office with a pill. If you have type 2 diabetes, you'll leave the office with a prescription. If you have joint pain, arthritis, migraines, the answer is almost always another pill. And when that pill has side effects, guess what? Another prescription
pill
to cover those side effects. Before long, patients are juggling 3, 5, sometimes even 10 medications. They're not thriving. They're not healing. They're just surviving off of pills.
20 years ago, when I started medical school, it would be unusual to be on more than 3 medications. That was considered polypharmacy, which we know is a big risk factor for just worsening health, drug interactions, and so on. 3 medications was considered polypharmacy. Now we have words like hyperpolypharmacy, which is 10 or more. I've seen some patients on 35 tablets, 3, 5 tablets, and that is sadly increasingly common.
Too many people believe that their health struggles are simply a result of their genetics. They think, well, if my mom had high blood pressure, then of course I'm going to have high blood pressure too, when really it's not necessarily our genes that are passed down as much as our family's habits. For example, maybe growing.
Hold on, because that one flew right over some people's head. Let's see what Karen says. Let's see what did Karen just says. Hold on. What did she just say?
Struggles are simply a result of their genetics. They think, well, if my mom had high blood pressure, then of course I'm going to have high blood pressure too, when really it's not necessarily our genes that are passed down as much as our family's habits.
There you go. I've been telling people this for the longest time. Yes.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said about myself, right? I'm predisposed to asthma, but the reason why it actually came down on me is because of my habits. I knew better than eating the stuff I was eating, but it was stuff I was raised to eat. So I fell off the wagon of being healthy and started eating it because I had these bad habits that was passed down from my parents. And that's why I got sick. I didn't have to get sick if I didn't practice the bad habits that was passed down to me. So that's what she's saying. And I lived that in real life at a time of my life. It almost killed me.
Yes. Yes. All this something in the genes and this and that. It's bad habits that's been passed down through your family. If your great grandmother cook and maintain a certain diet, she's going to pass that down to your grandmother. And your grandmother is going to pass that down to your mother. And your mother is going to pass it down to you. And you're going to pass it down to your children. And let's be honest. You know, when you're from, take for example, right? If you're from a certain tribe, so to speak, right? That tribe is going to maintain a pretty much similar diet, okay? And then you have another tribe over there that's going to maintain a similar diet among themselves, right? And so it's a matter of cultural lifestyle that's, you know, been passed down in the same group among each other. You see what I mean? If you look in the Black community, pretty much most of our people are struggling with the same thing because for the most part, we all maintain the same type of filthy diet and we pass it down to our children. Mother and fathers are feeding their 1 and 2-year-old fries and burgers and cheese and fried chicken, for God's sakes. That's not a genetic thing. That's a choice. It's called choice. You, as the parents, are causing sickness on your children. And they're going to grow up maintaining the same diet. They're going to grow up craving the stuff that you've been stuffing in their mouth since they were 1-year-old, right? Because their taste palates have gotten so used to the junk and the garbage that you've been feeding them since they were 1. Now they're 5. Now they're 8. Now they're 12. Now they're 15. And they crave and still want the same junk that they've been eating since they were 1-year-old because you've been shoving fries down their throat at 1. So that's what they're going to want. That's what they're going to crave. And they're going to grow up eating that stuff until somebody comes along and tell them that's the wrong thing. And it's going to be very hard for them to change because you have already destroyed their health.
For example, maybe growing up, we always had soda, or we ate microwavable meals from the frozen section, or we always had pizza night on Friday. Well, those habits are then passed down and are carried into adulthood. So then we may have similar health outcomes like the high blood pressure that mom has, or the type 2 diabetes that dad has.
Whatever the problem is, it must be genetic, because now we're seeing them more and more in families, for example. But yet there's no known genetic link. It's just, well, families get it, so it must be genetic. But nobody's saying, well, hang on, families do the same thing. They eat the same thing. They live in the same house. You know, they're exposed to the same toxins and all these other environmental issues.
And because doctors rarely explain this or even learn it themselves in medical school, then patients believe that their health struggles are inevitable. Instead of addressing the root cause, doctors write the prescription, move on to the next patient, and the cycle continues. And here's what's even more frustrating. Many doctors know the system isn't working. Many of them feel trapped that their success is measured off of prescriptions written, not off of lives healed. But their hands are tied. because insurance companies measure them based off of speed and volume, not off of depth of care.
Speed and volume. Have you noticed that when you go to the doctor, it's always, you go to the front desk, they sign you in, you wait around, and when the doctor finally comes see you after 15 million hours, because you have to wait a million years for him to come, right? When the doctor finally comes in, he spent 30 seconds. I mean, am I wrong here? Have y'all noticed when the doctor finally comes into the room, it's like 1, 2, 3, and he's gone on to the next patient. You don't even have time to say nothing. You don't talk to you about nothing of importance. Oh, tell me what's happening. Okay, all right. Well, this is what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to call the nurse. I'll see you later. That's it. If that's not enough for you to see.
And that's why you have to know. That's the point. That's why you have to know. You got to be in tune with your own body. You recognize the warning signs your body's giving you. You have to know, because like she said, they'll come in there for 30 seconds, like whatever, and be right out of there. No, you got to know what's going on too. It's on you as well. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Doctors don't like me. I cannot tell you how many times I've been asked if I'm a nurse. Did you? What did you know? Are you a nurse? Where'd you go to medical school? Because I know some of the stuff that they know, and a regular person, you're not supposed to know. So when you know, when you're able to stand there and read that monitor, and you're able to explain to them what the monitor said, they look at you like, huh? Wait, what? Are you a nurse? Because you're not supposed to know this stuff. So they don't really like me when I go into the hospitals.
Most doctors get like 7 to 10 minutes with each patient, which isn't enough time to ask more questions, dive more into root cause, lifestyle, nutrition, sleep, movement kind of topics with their patients. And in some cases, doctors are even discouraged or punished for stepping outside the box, whether it's talking too much about food and nutrition, suggesting alternative therapies, or not using a pill-first approach.
She's absolutely correct. Did y'all hear what she just said? Doctors are reprimanded and punished if they ever talk to you about your diet, okay? And this is one of the reasons why I keep banging y'all over the head about your diet. See, this woman is telling you the doctors are not allowed to talk to you about health. They're not allowed to. They are reprimanded. They're punished if you try to sit down and talk to them about diet and exercise. That none of them are trying to sit down and have any conversation with you about diet and exercise. They don't want to hear it because they'll get in trouble. And so that's why we're here trying to tell you what the doctors are afraid to tell you.
I was a head of orthopedics at a hospital. I was incredibly busy. I was doing more surgeries than anybody in the whole hospital. The hospital, really liked what I was doing. They put me on billboards, put me on radio shows, promoted the hell out of me. I was their golden boy, more or less. And then I had the audacity to start playing with my own diet and figuring out how it helped me. And then I started to approach patients with making dietary shifts. Their pain would go away. So the reason for surgery would go away. I had people that were scheduling, I'm going to replace your knee in 6 weeks. We got to get you to lose 20 pounds, blah, blah, blah. And they come back 2 weeks later, hey, my knee doesn't hurt anymore. I'm like, well, that's weird. Well, if your knee doesn't hurt, we're not doing surgery on you. So I started canceling surgeries. And then as I saw more and more, I said, hey, there's something here. Maybe we can have these people avoid these big procedures that have potentials for complications. And I approached the hospital administration and said, hey, guys, I would like to spend, half a day a week just, counseling patients on lifestyle stuff. And they said, that's a good thought, but no, we don't want you to do that. And to me, I was like, that's really strange.
Here's the hopeful part is doctors are no longer staying silent. They're saying no to endless prescriptions, no to treating symptoms instead of causes, no to the idea that health comes from a bottle. Instead, they're saying yes to lifestyle, food, movement, sleep.
You have to understand that type 2 diabetes is largely a dietary disease. You can actually
wait. That somebody didn't hear that. Someone did not hear that. Hold on. Let's hear what Mr. Kim Soo just said. What did Mr. Kim Soo just said? What did he just say? Hang on.
Endless prescriptions. No to treating symptoms instead of causes. No to the idea that health comes from a bottle. Instead, they're saying yes to lifestyle, food, movement, sleep.
You have to understand that type 2 diabetes is largely a dietary disease.
Okay. Diabetes is a dietary disease. What have we been trying to tell people? A lot of your problem is from your diet. These things that you keep running to the doctors for, you cannot treat an illness that is caused by bad diet. You cannot heal it with pharmaceutical medication. You have to address it with the opposite of what you've been doing by maintaining good diet. You have to reverse it with the opposite of what you've been doing.
You can actually start to reverse this disease by changing the diet. We treated it with drugs for a long time. And if you give drugs to a dietary disease, well, you're never going to fix it because you haven't identified the core problem and fixed it. You need to change the diet to fix that dietary problem, then the disease goes away.
I have seen so many people, thousands of people in those 5 years, heal from diseases that Western medicine taught me and my colleagues were incurable. Diabetes, obesity, depression, dementia, insomnia, infertility, autoimmune conditions, autoimmune skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, thyroid conditions, GI conditions, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis. These are profoundly scary words in Western medicine. These are diseases that cannot be cured, and yet many of you have cured these diseases. I've met you at this conference, and I've seen thousands of people do this.
60 to 70% of all chronic diseases that plague this country could either be totally cured or significantly modulated with a simple change in the American diet.
When I was sitting in my office treating my patients who are, this endless stream of people with chronic illnesses coming in, diabetes, obesity, autoimmune disease, this and the other thing. Like, why is this patient sick? Well, it's mostly because of the food they're eating.
Most conditions plaguing modern society, obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, even autoimmune conditions, are strongly tied to lifestyle. And yet doctors aren't trained to even talk about this. And that's why we're seeing this mass exodus of doctors who are leaving the medical system because they want to see their patients get better.
All right, guys. I'm not going to go any further with this video.
We got to say something real quick. I'm going to be real
quick.
All
right.
All those illnesses, I want everybody that's within the sound of my voice to listen very carefully to what they just said. All those illnesses that they just named, type 2 diabetes, autoimmune diseases, eczema, psoriasis, asthma, all the things that we all talk about. Guess who's number one? Guess which community is number one on all those lists? It's us. It's us. And guess what else? You see all these white folks, for those of y'all that are on YouTube watching the PowerPoint, if you're on Clubhouse, click the link and come over and watch the PowerPoint. These white people are talking to their people. They're not talking to you. It just so happens that she came across the video and she's sharing it with you, but you have your own healers in our community, right? We introduced the Israelite community to Patrick Delves. We did. And you have her and others in this community, right, that are telling you the same things these white folks are telling you. And many of y'all don't listen. And the thing about it is their people are suffering from it, but we're suffering from it even more. And your healers are telling you this. They've been telling you this for years, and our people are not listening because they just would rather pop a pill than actually change your lifestyle. I know it's difficult. People think that it's easy for me. When I post my gym videos, I'm up at the gym at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. People think I'm doing it as a flex because it's easy. It's hard as hell. It's hard as hell to go to the gym 5-6 days a week. It's hard as hell for me not to give in to my cravings of things I grew up eating and I don't eat no more. It's hard as hell. But as I shared with y'all, I'm predisposed to asthma and other things. So I can't eat that stuff. And I have to go to the gym so that I don't fall victim to my predispositions. I don't have to continue this path that comes down genetically from my father, my grandfather, whatever. I don't have to fall into that if I just make an adjustment in my lifestyle. And that's what we are teaching you. For most of y'all, it's going to go, you're going to listen. It sounds good right now, but most of y'all are not going to apply it. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to come here every Sunday and drill it in your head anyway. Go ahead.
Well, and let's also remind them that you also cleanse your system ever so often, and you also consume lots of herbs. And there's something you said earlier, you know, the white folks are telling this information. They're actually talking, you were right, they're actually talking to their own people. I think, and I hate to say this, I hate to have to say this, but I think one of the reason our people don't listen to us is because we're not white. You know, I hate to say it, but it doesn't hold much weight if the white person isn't saying it. They have to validate it for us. You know, oh, where'd you get? If you try to tell the average black person something, they're going to ask you, where's the source? Because the source they're looking for is the validation from the white person.
And watch this. And they're going to the Caribbean where our people are and stealing these herbs that they're taking from your people in the Caribbean, because a lot of the strongest herbs are coming from the Caribbean. It's coming from Jamaica. It's coming from Grenada. It's coming from Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and Haiti. That's grown in these mountains. That's grown in people's backyards. They're going down there and they're stealing it and selling it to their people.
I'll give you one better because I lived there and I've seen it. Okay. My family has a huge farm. Okay. And we used to see the white people come down there with their little backpack and their instruments or whatever. And they would walk through our property and go down, and come to find out they were actually studying the certain plants down there. So what they do is they go to the Caribbean because apparently, and this is something that came out in a journal a few years ago, Jamaica has some of the most diverse medicinal plants. And I believe they said in the world, they say, okay. That's why we have so many botanical gardens in Jamaica. So what they would do, and they did this with the soursop plant as well. They'll go down there and they'll study the plants, and they'll take certain of the properties. They'll take it and they bring it back here or to the UK, to the United States, whatever. And they study it. And then they'll take these properties, these chemicals from the plant, after they find out that, okay, it's anti-cancer, it's, you know, whatever, anti-inflammatory. And they'll make a synthetic version of that plant and sell it back to you for your diabetes medication. I'm done. That's what they do.
Our people can't. It's like they can't receive this. It's so sad they can't. And we know they can't receive. They can't receive the breakdown of the scriptures already. We know they can't receive that. But it seems like it's even harder than receiving the breakdown of scriptures and understanding our nationality. It's even harder for our people to receive information that can make them well. It's like they just choke on you can't receive it for some reason. And that's why we're number one on every single illness, number one. And we all know this. I'm not saying nothing new. We'll know this and we'll still, hey, what did they say? I'm going to land my plane by saying, what did they say? The definition of insanity is to what? Do the same thing over and over and expect different results. Mm-hmm. Our people will want to continue in what they're doing, even though they know what we're saying is right. You'd rather continue in what you're doing and take some pills in hopes that it works. Yes, it's crazy. Go ahead. And this guy right here, but you're about to play this guy right here. You guys on Clubhouse, make sure you guys click the link and come over to YouTube, because this guy right here.
I'm sorry, yeah. Okay, we're gonna shift from the doctors now. We're gonna talk about something else, guys. So, as Priest Daniela said, if you're on Clubhouse, if you're not, you need to come watch this, because this is a visual class today. Okay, so how many of you?
Sorry, Malika. This guy right here is what they call a cautionary tale. Being stupid, like niggas. They say the love of money is the root of all evil. Niggas like this, money is more important than Go ahead, sister. Just go ahead. Y'all are see.
Okay, and I feel anyway. I feel bad for, but I wanted to ask how many of you guys that are watching have seen this brother right here on the internet. Okay, he might look familiar to some of you. All right.
He had a TV show, Bianca. You may not know. He had a TV show. He was so popular on YouTube. They gave him a TV show on the Food Network. Did you know that?
Really? Yes. I did not know. I've never seen. I saw him first time today. I have no idea who he is.
His channel was so popular on YouTube. They gave him a show on the Food Network doing the same stupid stuff he does on YouTube. But I'll let you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. Anything to mess up our people in our community. Anything. Right? Okay. So I'm not gonna say his name. But he happened to be quite famous on social media, specifically on YouTube. Okay. This brother, I went to his channel. He has almost 2 million followers on YouTube. Okay. And this video that I'm about to play right now, the video right now. This particular video that we're looking at has 12 million views. 12 million views. So now what does he do? He goes around the city or the state or the country, I don't know, wherever he goes, and he eats fast food and junk food. He turn on his camera. He eats the food in front of the camera. That's it. That's literally what he does. And then he upload the video to social media, and millions of people tune in to watch him get diabetes, poor circulation, and obesity, because he is obese. He's big.
Can I help you real quick?
Oh yeah.
So you guys know, if you understand about fast food, which we all know, right? There's always a new promotion.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Hold on 1 second. So you guys can understand what he does, and a lot of Black YouTubers are doing this, and it's going to lead them to an early grave. So let's just say Popeyes comes out with the new chicken sandwich. Remember when Popeyes came out with the new chicken sandwich and everybody was going crazy over? He would be one of the first people to go to Popeyes, get the sandwich, eat it, and review it on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, Taco Bell has the new enchilada, this, that, and the third, whatever. It just comes out. He's the first one to go there, right? And eat the new enchilada, this, that, and the third, eat it, whatever, review it, and then make people go there. McDonald's comes out, and they have the new this, that, and the third. Burger King comes out, they have the new. So this is what he does. Every time the fast food restaurant comes out with a new sandwich, a new spin on this, that, and the third, a chicken sandwich, whatever it is, he's always the first person to go there and review it and tell you whether you should go there and eat it or not. And that's how he built up his following. He goes and he reviews foods, especially as soon as they come out. That's what he does. So go ahead now.
That's how he makes his money. That's how he makes his money. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe somebody's watching who don't know who this guy is. So I'm gonna play the video.
Man, Dan drops back in with a super official review King Digger, baby. Hey, listen, man. YouTuber Zedar25 hit me up in the comment section below, like y'all should be doing, and was like, hey, man, what I need for you to do, Big Dame, is slide down to Five Guys Burgers and Fries and get yourself that double cheeseburger player. I said, oh, shoot. There is a Five Guys Burgers and Fries out where I live in Connecticut. Let me slide to the spot. But that was ghetto, that.
So yeah, that's what he does. That he does these little antics. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward the video, okay? And I'm not gonna waste y'all time.
On the crispity crunch of that French fry, you bite the fry bites back. That's when you know you have an official French fry. Bang. I can't. I had to peel that open real slow because you know you can help me, player. Give me a double cheeseburger and some of them fries. And I need something to wash that down with, B. Let me tell you something. This burger, and this is a real burger. This burger is super official. Below it, you see the bacon. I didn't even ask for bacon, but I was thinking bacon. In the back of my mind, when he said, do you want anything else on your cheeseburger, your double cheeseburger, player? I was thinking, ooh, damn. Should I get some bacon? Now let me fall back because I already know those fries are going to be hella greasy. Nah, he put the bacon on there. It was like Five Guys Burgers and Fries is reading my mind. Let's do this.
Okay.
Y'all be surprised how many people on YouTube are doing this. There's thousands of black people doing the same thing, following behind him, doing the same thing. Crazy.
I'm sorry, hon. Go ahead.
But that was it. Like, it's a lot of people doing the same thing he's doing. He's one of the first.
I
There's a lot of
can't.
people doing the same thing, running around to these fast food restaurants and eating all the bad food and giving food reviews because they're thirsty for that social media money. They're trying to make money on social media, which is understandable. It's cool to try to make social media money. I'm not against that. But you're leading a lot of our people that are already predisposed to a lot of illnesses to eat this crap because people will watch this. Y'all start salivating. You're hungry now. Now you want to go to Five Guys and have the same thing he's having.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm just showing. I'm gonna skip. Now in this video here, the brother is reviewing chips. I mean, I'm talking just junk food from the corner store. Chips. What is this? Goldfish? Like, really?
And my window down.
So now, can you imagine your 5-year-old, your 10-year-old watching? This is what this guy is promoting to his people in the black community. This, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this stuff pissed me off. I'm just, it just really grinds my gear. Look at.
You smell like skirt. Oh, you smell straight down south barbecue. You don't even smell.
Okay.
Most definitely. Y'all know what time it is. Chips. Oh yeah, I'm about to say Chips Ahoy got pulled out.
Now we have chips. He's reviewing a whole bunch of chips and crackers and thing in one video. He's eating all this stuff in one video.
The bag. Ooh. Oh, these joints is cool and it's good. It's flavorful. Y'all don't love me?
Okay. All right. Let's move on because I'm done. Okay. Now here I'm just showing y'all. Okay. So here we go. I don't know where he is, but he went somewhere and
Sliced apple. Not as juicy as the. See that apple is right there, y'all. 4 eggs scrambled with.
I'm just fast forwarding it, guys, because I'm you know.
To share with y'all, but then of course, I have my eggs, my 4 scrambled eggs, and over again.
Okay, so y'all get the picture of what this guy do. This is what he does. That's what he does.
You guys can understand there is a price to pay for doing this. There's a price to pay for that. It looks good. Some of y'all are hungry right now. Y'all looking at you hungry right now. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I'm not even. I'm just.
To find out though, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember.
I think this was McDonald's. I mean, this dude is going to McDonald's.
You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's.
Being the fact
and that's why I told y'all. You can keep playing. That's why I told y'all.
Bust it down.
By him doing this, they reached out to him and gave him a TV show because these corporations were like, "We like this guy. He's promoting us for free. We like him."
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a TV show behind this, but there's a price to pay for this.
I'm sorry, guys. Yikes! Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong thing here.
McDonald's apple pie with their vanilla ice cream.
So listen. This man is eating burgers with the cheesy stuff and the bacon and the bread. Then he's got the ice cream and it's just can you imagine how constipated this guy has to be? He's probably taking stuff for constipation. I mean, it's just bad.
Take a car, steal a whip, eat more, and I'm getting less.
Anyway,
Somebody hungry right now. They're looking at that picture like, I'm hungry.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. When I watch this video here, it makes me not want to eat anything. Like this is disgusting. Like nothing about this makes me want to go get in my car and drive to McDonald's at all.
Hey, his phrase, his catchphrase is, Y'all seen the picture? For those of y'all that on YouTube, y'all seen the picture? Y'all see his pinky up? If you ever watch him, he says pinky up for extra flavor. Before he takes a bite, the pinky is up for extra flavor. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna move on from that video. Okay, so now, okay, here's a video of him, same guy, and what do we have up top there? What's the title there? This is his title: Life with a Prosthetic Penis. I'm gonna let the video tell you. I'll just play the video and let y'all listen.
Before you play it, I'm sorry to keep interrupting. Before you play it, he's been so you guys can understand. Me and her know about him for a long time.
I didn't. I just recently.
You kind of did, you know what I'm saying? But we'll leave that there. You kind of saw him before, but you didn't really study him like that. But he's been suffering from erectile dysfunction for a couple of years. Now I don't have no access to him personally, but he has a video, I want to say from about a year ago, where he revealed that he was suffering from erectile dysfunction. Before this one, I jumped in the comments and told him, hey, bro, there's things you could do for that. Now, obviously, he never responded, but I want you to know that it didn't, whatever he's dealing with right here that she's going to play, he wasn't dealing with this a year ago. There might have still been some hope for him a year ago. And I jumped on the comment section. I told him, I'm like, bro, there's things you could do to kind of work on that erectile dysfunction you have. He never responded. So here we are. After all that good food that he was eating, according to him, and he was having a good time, but poor circulation, all the stuff that he was dealing with, because that's what, the problem with the penis is. You have poor circulation. Your blood is not circulating like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well, let me say this, right? A brother like this who lives this type of lifestyle, he's never going to want to hear anything about hey, there's something natural that can feed. He don't want to hear none of that, because that means he's going to have to change what he's doing. And he's not trying to change what he's doing right here. He's comfortable where he's at. He's very you are going to hear in this video, if I play all of it, which probably I won't, he admit that while he was in the hospital doing surgery, he was reviewing fast food in the hospital bed. Okay, I'm all right. Let's play. I'm done.
Family, this is the conversation that a lot of you have been waiting on. Updates from my surgery.
If y'all have children in the house, before I disclaimer, if you got children watching, maybe you want to send them out the room. Okay, this is a sort of a adult conversation here with the brothers. Okay, and sisters can watch too, because you have husbands. You might want to watch, okay? All righty.
Before we get into it, this whole entire video will be rated M for mature audiences only. So I'm going to give those of you time to skedaddle. This conversation will not be for you. Dame, how come we couldn't have known sooner about what you went into surgery for? Well, two things. One, everybody talks about everything in their time, right? Being the fact my post-op for my surgery is tomorrow, I can now speak about it. And that's what I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait my 6 weeks. No, I did not get a gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, nothing of that nature. No, I did not get knee surgery, nothing of that nature. But your boy, I got the Superman. Dang, what's the Superman?
He's somewhat of a clown.
For those of you that have been following me for a long time and you have watched all or even some of my health updates, there was one particular video. And a lot of my foodie fam, they're already on it. I saw you guys in the comment section. You knew exactly what I went in for. You knew exactly what I went in for. Salute to every last one of you, because that means your foodie fam that been rocking out the long way. And you make sure that you're tuned in to all of my videos. So love and respect. ED, y'all. Erectile dysfunction. I don't have a problem talking about anything in my life whatsoever. And I did a video that was called Living with ED. I broke everything down in that video, just like I'm going to break everything down and hopefully answer some of the questions that my kings out there may have when it comes to the penile prosthetic. Yes, the implant, baby. This is for individuals living with ED. This is when you go to your doctor, fellas, and a lot of you have strong egos about you. Trust me, I was one of the individuals. Not a lot of men want to admit the fact that they cannot be sexually active, regardless of what they do. It happens for various reasons. Diabetes, it happens old age, it happens because you're just not really in the mood, or you may think that you are.
By the way, he's diabetic. Just so you guys know, he has diabetes.
There's a multitude of reasons why you cannot perform sexually. So you go to your doctor. Doc, what do you have for me? I need to get back right. I need to get back to myself. Doc is like, listen, let's start with pills. So doctor, he'll start you off with Viagra or something similar to it.
And by the way, he was on Viagra at first. That's when he first started experiencing erectile dysfunction. He went to the doctor and they put him on Viagra. So let's see what else he did.
Helps, that will help. And maybe in the beginning it does help. But then maybe after that, your body just kind of gets acclimated to it and it's no longer helping. You find...
Well, it was no longer helping because his food addiction got worse. Okay.
Yourself not showing up to the occasion when you would love to show up to the occasion, and you can't. And you can't. That does a lot to a man mentally. I'm gonna tell you right now, it did a lot to me mentally when there were just a whole lot of times the boy I couldn't rock out. I could do everything else. Show up to the party, make sure everybody's having a good time up off in the party, right? But when it came time for me and my boy to be at attention, like, hey, we in the building, we're ready to get busy. There's nothing I can do. Bet. So now Viagra is no longer working. What next, Doc? Well, we can always go ahead with the penis injections. Ouch. Doc, I don't even do drugs. You want me to start injecting myself? Come on, Doc. Why are we playing those games? And you want me to inject my boy? The most sensitive of areas. It's one thing when you're injecting your arm or if you're injecting your stomach, for diabetics, right? It's another thing when you're injecting your boy. Doc. It's like, hey, you want to be sexually active, right? Yeah. Inject yourself. I bet. So now, y'all, I'm injecting the boy.
Okay. So we went from the...
Wait.
Yes.
What's missing? I'm going to tell you guys what's missing. No, this is serious. I'm going to tell you guys what's missing. He's not asking no questions. He's not asking what the cause is. Why is it not working anymore? What's going on? Which is circulation. He's not asking any questions. They said they want to give him an injection. He said, okay. Okay, whatever you say, okay. No. What is causing this? No questions. And this is the problem. This is many of our people. It's we're laughing, but we're not laughing like it's funny. We're laughing because it's sad. Many of our people, you go into the doctor's office just like him, and they tell you something, and you say like him, okay. No. You want to ask questions. Okay. We'll talk about what we're going to do in a minute, but what's the cause? Why is it not working? What's the situation going on? You got to ask yourself questions, ask the doctor questions as well. He's not doing that. So whatever they tell him, he's accepting. And the same way he accepted the Viagra when he was taking it, Viagra is temporary. It's a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. It doesn't address the problems as to why he was having problems in the bedroom. It is circulation. Viagra is just a Band-Aid over that. After a while, that's not going to help you either. So you better get down to the root cause. The root cause is what's going to help you. This is a man that's a married man.
He's not married anymore.
Oh, she left? Okay, well.
Oh, I was looking. I did a little research. His wife left him.
That's that, and that's sad. And I ain't gonna speak on that, but that's kind of sad. Mm-hmm. But I have to put some blame to him at the end of the day. His YouTube and his reviewing foods and everything was more important than him dealing with what he should have been dealing with in his life. But anyway, go ahead.
Probably not. Well, we only have half hour left, so I'm gonna try and But his wife left him. We don't know why she left, but we can only assume, right? Okay.
Injecting my business. Maybe I was injecting myself wrong because it hurt. And those little injections right there is not for me. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not.
Okay,
for me.
I'm
It might
gonna
be for
I'm
you
gonna
fellas.
fast
In all
forward it,
respect,
guys.
There's pumps out there that fellas can take insurance company, especially when it comes. You know what I'm saying? Damn, how we just get your numbers in check? You know, just eat a little.
All
bit.
right, I'm gonna fast forward it the video a little bit.
Nerve blockers, family. I had so many nerve blockers in my system, so it to help alleviate the pain, just so you don't feel anything. And Doc was like, "Listen, Advil, Tylenol, you'll be taking those. You're going to need Swollen. The boy is looking better. The boy looked good before. Don't get me wrong. And we're gonna take a little.
Okay, so this is where I want y'all to see right here. Okay, I fast forward it because the video is a little long and I don't want to take up the time with this whole video. But I want you guys to see at the very end here what he's showing you is he went from Viagra, then he went to the injection, and let's see what he's up to now at current time, because I think this video was posted maybe 2 or 3 days ago. So he done went through surgery now. He just went through surgery. All right, and all of this, and see what this is what he did. So what is this?
Family.
Whoops, I'm sorry. Oh
a
man.
Semi-raw ski, and we're slowly gonna start to rise to the occasion, so you can see everything.
Hold on, guys.
And
Hold on.
feel
There we
for
go.
The ball in your scrotum, and you're gonna squeeze it once. Once you squeeze, right, it's going to trigger the pouch. The pouch. Keep the pouch in mind, all right? And
I'm sorry,
I do not have
guys.
the actual miniature pump that's inside of the scrotum. But what I do have, we're gonna take this real quick, and we're gonna take a little McNiggy. Okay, go. All right, look. This is there. Yeah, this is a little bit larger, which is the pouch that's inside of you.
He's demonstrating what he has, what the doctors have put inside of him. Okay, that's what he's trying to tell y'all.
This is madness. Madness.
So he has. Let him explain what it is.
Your abdomen, the pouch. Keep the pouch in mind. All right, a little McNiggy. This is the ball because it's round, but not like a cap. Just imagine another one of these, but smaller. The ball that's inside of your scrotum. So what's going to happen is you are literally going to, with one hand, kind of hold the ball sack, with the other hand, feel for the ball in your scrotum, and you're going to squeeze it once. Once you squeeze, right, it's going to trigger the pouch that's going to release the fluid out of the other tube. So imagine the tube going from the ball to the pouch that's in your abdomen, and then, of course, another tube coming out into.
So what he's trying to explain to you guys is that the doctors inserted some stuff inside of him. I'm not going to get too deep, right? But those things are, he's supposed to squeeze it, and it's supposed to pretty much give him an erection when he's getting ready to copulate with his woman or whatever, right? So that's he has to squeeze and do some work before he's able to get it up, right?
No,
but they had to.
We're going to tell you. Okay, finish what you're saying. This is crazy.
Listen, they literally open him up and put these things inside of him. And
Wait.
then before he yes,
I don't want you to play it no more. Finish what you're saying, but don't play it before I say what I want to say.
No, I'm just. This is
Listen,
this
man,
is madness.
you brothers.
Go ahead.
I'm talking to your brothers, man. You brothers. You don't have to be him. I'm gonna help you. I know a lot of y'all look at me like I'm trying to do something special. I'm not special. I ain't doing nothing special. But if you're a man that's over 35 years old, get your lazy. Find some good words. Get your lazy self in the gym. And no, we're not asking you to do arms. We don't care about arms. I don't care about chest. I don't care about shoulders. I don't care about triceps. You could do those. Get to the leg section at least 2 to 3 times a week. You need to be doing leg extensions until it freaking hurts. You need to be doing squats until it hurts. You need to be doing lunges until it hurts. You need to be doing your lower body until it hurts. It doesn't matter if it's burning. Do another set. Do it again. Get
Can
that
you tell them
circulation
why they
going.
need to do it? Can you explain why? Because all of that is bringing circulation
All that
to
is
your.
bringing circulation to your lower body. You need to get in the gym. That's number one. Along with the herbs that she's pushing, it's number one. Get in the gym and do legs 2 to 3 times a week and do it till it hurts. It's burning. After day number one, you do it on Monday. Don't skip it Wednesday. Go Wednesday, whether it hurts it out, and do it again. And on Friday, do it again until it freaking hurts. After a while, it will not hurt. That brings circulation to your lower body. It's going to help you in the bedroom so you don't have to be like him. What this is laziness. It's eating fast food, living a good life, you know what I'm saying? Satisfying your taste buds and not moving. What did we hear the white people say earlier in the video? For those of y'all that were here earlier, they said movement. Movement is medicine. Movement is medicine. So if you are a man that's suffering from ED, erectile dysfunction, you don't need Viagra. You don't need Cialis. You need to get in the gym, get on that damn leg press and work it out. Yes, it hurts. Who cares? Do squats. Who cares? Do leg extensions. Who cares? Do lunges. Who cares? That's your medicine. But y'all don't want nobody to talk to y'all like that. I'm talking about. So that's why y'all don't come in these rooms and we talk about these things. You know, y'all think I'm doing something special. No, I just don't want to be him. And I'm older than him. Anyway, go ahead.
The cylinder device inside of the penis. Okay? So 3. I'm trying to do it so you can see everything here, y'all. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to improvise.
I'm not doing all this crap. I'm not. Keep playing. I'm not doing all of this.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
This
not.
is insane. This is insane. Do y'all want me to continue the video, or should I just move on to something else?
Well, it depends how many slides you got. I don't know how many slides you got.
I have a lot more slides. What I wanted to elaborate. It's 6:30 now. I know you have stuff to do. We only have a half hour left, and I want to elaborate. And I always tell people, when we do these videos, we try to find solution to these problems. Okay, so I want to be able to offer solution in case anybody who hasn't gotten to this part of their life yet, so it can prevent you from doing this madness that this brother is doing right here, because this is total madness.
When y'all see me posting gym videos, just know I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying not to have to do this. That's why I do it. I'm trying not to have to do this. Go ahead.
I'll play a couple, maybe 2 more minutes, and then I'm done.
Inside of your penis. So you're going to pump the ball, which is, of course, going to activate the liquid that's going to come from the pouch in your abdomen and go right here into the shaft. Okay? Now, as it's going into the shaft, we're going to go from a semi-raw ski, and we're slowly going to start to rise to the occasion. Boop, boop, boop. When you're ready to play. This is you ready to play. Maybe you can go here. Don't worry, you cannot overpump. Like, you're gonna feel it empty out.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, let's. I am so done. Jesus Christ, I'm done. All right, let's. God damn. And it's like, do you realize how he just doesn't take anything serious? I think that's why his wife left him, because everything is a joke.
And what you have on the screen, what you're about to explain, is that he doesn't understand that although he's joking, like you said, it's a skit for him. Him having erectile dysfunction is a prime body example of telling you, bro, you about to have a heart attack or a stroke. That's what your body's telling you, though. Remember them warning signs we were talking about earlier? You not knowing your body? It starts off with you not being able to get an erection, but your body's telling you in a minute you about to either have a stroke or a heart attack. Anyway, go ahead.
Let me repeat that for the person who's sitting all the way in the back and they didn't hear it. Let me repeat that. If you are a brother and you are experiencing erectile dysfunction, okay, that is a symptom of a bigger problem that is lurking in your body. Erectile dysfunction, one of the main cause is poor blood circulation, it means that somewhere in your body, the blood flow is being cut off. There's a restriction of the flow of blood. Your blood is supposed to be flowing freely throughout your body. And it means that somewhere in your body, there's a restriction there. And it is going to put a strain on your heart, which is going to give you a heart attack, or it's going to cut off oxygen to your brain and you will get a stroke. Okay. So what is one of the main cause of erectile dysfunction? Hardening of the arteries. Poor blood circulation will cause erectile dysfunction. Diabetes, as I don't know if I played the part where he said he does have diabetes, guys, okay? And he is obese. Diabetes can damage blood vessels and nerves that control erection. So he's dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, okay? Let me repeat that one again in case somebody's dealing with diabetes. Let me remind you, diabetes damage blood vessel and nerves that controls erection, okay? One of the main cause of erectile dysfunction is underlying health condition that affects blood flow, nerves, or hormones such as heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. Now, you do have psychological issues, like anxiety, depression, and stress. Those are also causes as well, right? That's what you call a mental cause, right? Additionally, certain medication, I want you guys to pay attention to this one. Certain medication, such as medication for high blood pressure, medication for depression, medication for prostate, can cause erectile dysfunction, or if you already have it, it can worsen it. Okay, I just for those of you who are on high blood pressure medication, medication for depression or anxiety, and prostate and stuff like that. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we're getting to the end of the lesson here, and I don't want to keep you guys. There's a lot more that I wanted to share, but we are getting to the end. Okay. So, give me 1 second. Priest Daniel, I have something that he has to attend to around about 30 minutes. So now, what I want to share with you guys is this right here. We're on a website called Grassroot Botanicals. Okay, that's the website. And if there's any brother, excuse me, if there's any brother that's dealing with the issue that we're talking about today, okay, I want you guys to come to this website and get this product right here. This product is called, give me 1 second. It is called the Poor Circulation and Inflammation Formula, okay? That's what it's called. This particular formula is a herbal formula, and it is in liquid form for a reason. When you drink this formula, it goes directly to the bloodstream because you're having problems in the bloodstream. Okay, you have a problem with poor blood circulation. So when you're taking something for poor blood circulation, one of the easiest way to correct the issue is to take something that is going to go directly to the bloodstream the fastest way you can. Okay, the same thing if you're dealing with hypertension. And by the way, this also helps with hypertension as well. All right. So if you are dealing with poor blood circulation, let me tell you something. Some of you guys are dealing with poor blood circulation and you don't know it. If you're having tingling and numbness in your fingers, your arm, your legs, you're dealing with poor 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with poor circulation. Tingling, numbness, just feeling like pins and needles. And you're also probably having nerve issues as well. This formula will help. This will help. You're going to have to take this for a while. Give me 1 second. I don't know why this is doing this. You're going to have to take this for a while. About 2 months of this, you'll start to see some changes if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction. You have to give yourself a few weeks, about 6 weeks to 2 months. There are brothers who said they've seen a change in as little as 2 weeks. Now, it all depends on how severe your condition is. Everybody's condition is not the same. So if your condition is very severe, it may take a little longer for you. You see what I'm saying? But this formula right here is going to help you with erectile dysfunction, brothers, if the erectile dysfunction is a result of poor circulation. If you're having, mental issue, anxiety, depression, I can't help you with that. Okay. That's something you're going to have to go talk to your doctor about. But if the issue is dietary, this is going to help you right here to get rid of ED, erectile dysfunction. All right. So you come to this website, Grassroot Botanicals, right here, and you scroll down and you're going to see this formula here, the circulation formula. You can't miss it. I just wanted to say that before I continue. Okay. I'm going to move on to this right here. So, I want to tell you guys a little story. Back in 2021 or 2022, I met with a brother who had just turned, I believe he said he was about 30 years old. He had just turned 30, right? And he walked into the store. I don't know who, somebody told him that I was there. Somebody told him about me. He showed up. I did the first time I'm seeing the gentleman. He showed up and we sat down together, right? He said he needed to talk to me. We sat down and I'm talking to the brother, maybe not even 2 minutes, and the brother started crying, and it broke my heart. And we're having a conversation, and the brother said to me that he worked in the medical system and he was forced and bullied into taking multiple COVID vaccination, right? Now, the brother was crying because he said he had this constant, he was afraid. He was afraid because brother thought he was dying, He said he had this constant tingling and numbness and tightness in his arms and his legs, his hands and his legs, just constant tingling. And one of the main thing that he said he was dealing with is that he had lost all of his sexual function. That's what he told me. He had lost all sexual function. 30 years old, right? So now the brother was dealing with erectile dysfunction at 30 years old. And he had taken 3 vaccines. So long story short, I put the brother on a protocol. I put him on a protocol. I put him on a 6 weeks protocol for poor circulation. Was it 6 weeks or 2 months? I think it was about 6 weeks or 2 months. And I'll tell you something. I never saw that brother again until about 1.5 years later. The brother walked back into the store. And that brother had a huge smile on his face. The brother ran over and gave me a big hug, like just, and I'm like, okay, how you doing, brother? And he gave me a testimony, man. He gave me a testimony. Brother said he came into the store to see me. He was in the neighborhood and he just came to see me. And no more tingling, no more numbness, no more leg problem. Has gained all of his sexual function back. Okay, he's back to normal again. And he said he was just in the neighborhood, just to see if I was there and to say hello and tell me what's going on with him. And so that's one of those stories that, it's not a lost cause for everybody. It's not. There are some people who will make changes. That's one of the few, not few. That's one of the many stories that kind of stick with me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our brothers are out here struggling and they don't have anybody to talk to. And I always wonder what would have happened to that brother had I not been in that store to that day. You know what I mean? Because he had a lot of issues going on, and that was all because of the poor circulation. He could have died because he had blood clot in his system. Because that's one of the problems that the vaccine caused is blood clot in the system. So I just wanted to share that story. And like I said, I put the brother on a protocol, and the product I just showed y'all earlier, that's what he took. This right here. That's what he took. For 2 months, that's what he took. I put him on a special diet. And I told him to take this right here for 2 months. And that's what he took. So before we go, I want to tell you guys some of the signs of poor circulation real quick. So if you have poor circulation, these are some of the signs that you need to look for, okay? Numbness, tingling, or burning sensation in the arms, the legs, or the feet, okay? Pain in the calves or the thighs, especially when walking or standing. Swelling in the ankles or feet. Varicose veins. Fatigue and tiredness all the time. Dizziness or lightheadedness that just won't go away. Difficulty concentrating. Memory problems. If you can't walk for too long, or you're always out of breath. If you're a male and you're experiencing erectile dysfunction. Now, if you're experiencing some of these symptoms, I suggest you go see a doctor. If you don't want to see somebody like me, but just don't sit around and do nothing. If you're having any of these problems right here, you have two choices. You go see a doctor, or you can see somebody like me. All right, I think we're going to end the live here. I'm going to take some questions. There's a lot more to cover, but we're coming to the end of the live. And I had about 60 slides here, and we're only up to about 20.
Good. So that gives us.
So we'll get back to this.
Yes, more the weeks to come, y'all. Make sure y'all spread the word that we be live every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys have any questions for Sister Malika, you guys can put it in the chat. If you guys have any questions, you guys can put it in the chat, and she'll answer the questions based on what she went over. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channels. All praise to the Most High.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for me before I go?
Sister Opal said that's the main thing that's going on right now. Blood clots in the legs. Okay. Fuck Bill. Bill Gates.
That's funny. How many bottles equal a 2-month supply? The half a gallon. So the small bottle here, hang on, let me show you. The small bottle here that's on the screen, That's 2 weeks worth. Okay. So 2 of these bottles are a month supply, or you can get the half a gallon. So right here, I scroll down. 1 second.
We're not sharing right now, so I got to share the screen. Okay, let me share.
We're not sharing? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
okay, now it's sharing. Go ahead.
It's sharing now? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. Okay. So what I was telling the brother who asked the question. So this bottle right here, hang on. What's going on here? Come on. Okay, so this small bottle right here is 2 weeks worth of products. Okay, this lasts 2 weeks. But if you scroll down here, we have a whole month's worth, and that's the half a gallon. Okay, and just so everybody know, if you come to this website here, everything you won't pay for shipping, guys. I have failed to mention that you will not pay for shipping on this website. Okay, just want to let you guys know that there is no shipping here. Whatever the prices are on the website is what you'll be paying for the product. Okay, all right. So the half a gallon here is a month's worth of product, and then we have a whole gallon over here, so that's like 2 months. Most people buy the half a gallon, all right, and you keep it in the refrigerator, and it's 1 shot glass. You're going to take 1 shot glass of this every morning on an empty stomach for 3 weeks, and you will skip a week. So you're going to take it straight for 3 weeks, 1 shot glass in the morning, 1 at night before you go to bed, 1 in the morning on an empty stomach, 1 before you go to bed. If you don't know what a shot glass is, it's pretty much what they use at the bar. You know, you take a shot at the bar, right? You can find disposable shot glass at the local dollar store, like $2 a pack. Okay, so you take a shot glass of this every day, twice a day. And then you're gonna, if you're getting it for a month, you want to skip a week, and then the 4th week you want to finish the bottle. Okay. Excuse me. So the half a gallon is 2 months worth of products. Okay. How many? Okay. What can I do about strengthening the joints? Yeah. You want to change diet change. You want to consume things that. Give me 1 second, guys. You want to consume things that help the joint to stay healthy. You know, stuff like sea moss, calcium. You know. Stuff like that. Sea moss has a lot of calcium. And get rid of the salty foods and stuff, and this the stuff that cause inflammation, you know, in the body. Do you ship to Canada? We do ship all over the world, but we have to take those order in person. You won't be able to order it on the site. Okay, you have to call that number, and it'll be processed over the phone. All right. Kadash says, how many spoonful do we take per day? Yeah, as I mentioned, it's 2 shot glass per day. 1 shot glass in the morning, 1 shot glass before you go to bed at night. It is very potent. Okay, which is why it works. It is a very potent formula. I'm just letting you guys know it's strong, it's potent, but it works. It goes directly to the bloodstream, and it slowly helps to dissolve the plaques in the body or anything you have in the bloodstream.
If I could, Sister Malika, I want to say this too, because this always is necessary to repeat, although we say it all the time. So we hope that most of y'all already know this. You're not taking these herbs when you get a bad diagnosis from your doctor, and now you're going to come and take the herbs. No. Prevention is better than cure. You don't have to be suffering from any of this stuff None of the things that she spoke about today could be affecting you right now. That doesn't mean you should not take these things to prevent it from bothering you later in life. Everything that she said, I take. I take a circulation formula and all that, even though I don't need it. Even though I go to the gym, I don't suffer from ED, I have none of those problems. But I take it anyway as a preventionary cure. The things she has for diabetes, I take it. The things she has for cancer, I take it. I have none of those problems. I think that's another issue maybe for another day as time is running out. Many people think you don't get on the herbs until something is wrong. No, you get on the herbs and live this lifestyle before something is wrong. That's the idea. You got it.
So I want to finish answering the question that someone asked about the joint. Stuff like ginger, turmeric, and stuff like that. You want to eat stuff that has a lot of antioxidant in them, and then you also want to eat stuff like avocados that have healthy fats and stuff like that. Okay. If you're having joint issue, you probably have inflammation. The product that I just show is an inflammation product as well. It's anti-inflammatory. All right. Brother Kadash says that we should do a part 2 of this. Well, I do plan on finishing so maybe we'll continue next week where we left off today. All right. Yeah. And Sister Kelly wants to know if this formula is for women. This formula is for everyone. If you have blood running through your veins, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is not just a men's formula, guys. Okay. I want to make that very clear. This formula here is not a men's only formula. This is for anyone who is at risk for having, poor blood circulation, varicose veins, anything that's dealing with the blood and poor blood flow.
Even if you're not, take it
and even
anyway.
if you're not, because I take this. My husband takes this. We don't have that type of problem. We don't. But we take it because, as I always say to people, herbal medicine is preventative medicine. You want to do these things, make it a part of your lifestyle to help prevent the things that this brother in there is going through and putting all type of stuff in his scrotum and all this nonsense that he was doing. Okay, for no reason. He didn't have to do any of that at all. And if you have diabetes, I want to make this before I go, brothers and sisters, if you're dealing with diabetes and you want to get off of your metformin, or even if you're not on metformin, but because I've met with so many people who say, well, I was diagnosed with diabetes, but I'm not taking the medication. Well, if you're not going to take the medication, the last thing you want is for your blood sugar levels to go all the way overboard. You want to take something to keep your levels normal. This right here, this is the diabetic formula, and this is going to keep your levels low. Hang on just a little bit. I just have to share this a little bit. Let me just share this right here. Okay. Let me share this.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine.
Formula that helps to lower blood sugar.
Yes.
So you were just telling us your experience with that product. Talk to us about what your experience was.
Well, let me talk to you. See, about 3 weeks ago, I came to your store and I was inquisitive. And I like all the products that I've seen. They're all natural. But it was something particularly about this product that when I took it, I am a type 2 diabetic, very shortly to reverse that all the way. This is for the most part a blessing. Yes, it does lower your A1C and your blood sugar levels, which they're the same. And I've taken it every day before I go to the gym.
Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that this formula, what he's holding there is this right here. Okay, it's called diabetic formula, lower blood sugar, and that's exactly what it does. So even if you're borderline diabetic, you can take this so you don't get to type 2. All right, this right here. I'm giving you guys solution. I've said to you guys, when we come on here to talk to you about certain illnesses and certain issues, we want to be able to offer solutions for you. And that's what I'm trying to do. That formula also comes in capsule form. And this is the capsule right here. It's the same exact formula in capsule. Yes.
Somebody's asking for the phone number to call. So look
at the phone number when you I'm going to give you guys a phone number right now. So
I'm going to put it as a banner. So go ahead, give the phone number.
Oh, okay. The phone number is 570-540-3795. But if you come to this website, grassrootbotanicals.com, the phone number is right here at the top, right next to the logo. That's where the phone number is. As you guys can see, I'm going to try and bring it up for you so you can see it. Right there. You're going to see, you can't miss it. Phone number is right there. So you go to that phone number, that website, and that's where the phone number is going to be. Okay. There you go. So we've given you 2 solutions today. You're dealing with erectile dysfunction, or if you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter, and you're dealing with poor blood circulation, you need to get the formula. You're dealing with diabetes, you get this formula right here. Poor circulation, you get this formula right here. Okay. And you're going to be taking this for at least 6 to 8 weeks. You should see some changes in about 2 to 3 weeks. All right.
If you will see changes, if you make changes in what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating. Let's be real. If you're taking the circulation formula or any other herbs, we're telling you, these herbs don't work like what you take from your doctor's office. Your doctor will allow you to eat whatever you're eating. You come in and you get your high blood pressure pills and anything else you get from a doctor. They don't give you no actual consultation on what you should eat, whatever like that. You can eat whatever you want to eat and take your pills. That's not the way this works. If you really want to see real changes in your health, you call her, you get these herbs, and you also ask questions about how do you change your diet. And maybe, Sister Malika, I'm just going to throw this out there for you for a future PowerPoint. Maybe you should do a PowerPoint showing people how to eat. So here are certain foods that, will contribute to your high blood pressure. And here are alternatives you could eat.
I thought we did that last week.
Well, we got to do it again. Maybe that needs to be the whole PowerPoint for every illness. Let's say the top 5 illnesses, the top 7 illnesses, whatever. We just do a whole PowerPoint on just what to eat, because repetition with our people, repetition is everything. Everybody didn't see last week's PowerPoint. Repetition is everything. That's what I teach. So you got to keep teaching the same thing. Maybe you just need to do a whole class on just eating, nothing else, not the diseases, but just eating. Okay, you like these foods, you're addicted to these foods, you're addicted to sugar, you're addicted to salt. Okay, we got that. Okay, now you're hungry, you have these cravings, whatever like that. Instead of eating this, eat this. And that should be the whole class.
All right, we'll work on something like that.
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
All
right. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, though. Thank you guys for coming here every Sunday. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here.
Somebody's asking about spider veins. Do you have anything for that? I don't want to go before they.
Spider vein is very similar to varicose vein. The vein is damaged. And it's causing blockage. It's something in the veins. It's just, you have the arteries and then you have the veins. Veins are smaller. And so something has caused damage to the veins. You know what I mean? And there's some blockage there. The blood is not flowing properly through these veins, and that's the problem.
That was the last question. So, All right, guys, we'll be back here again next week 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We had a just for the sisters. I wanted to touch on some things for the sisters, like the yoni steaming and all that stuff. But that's coming next time, sis. That's coming next time. I did promise the sisters I was going to touch on that, but yeah. All right.
If I could, I'm going to say this. Based on the feedback that we get, the calls that we get, you know what I'm saying, the interactions that we get, it seems sisters, in the world, the women are more on top of the health than the men. That's in the world. In the Israelite community, based on my experience and what I've studied, what I've seen, and the people that reach out to us, the brothers care more about their health than you sisters. I need you that are here to change that. Like
I might have to disagree. I might have to disagree, honey.
We need more sisters to we want to see more you sisters getting these herbs and everything, like supporting, because we're not seeing that. You're disagreeing with that? We're not seeing that.
No, I'll say this. I'll say the sisters in the world and the sisters in the truth don't care much about their health at all.
That's what I said. That's
okay. I misheard you. I'm sorry.
The brothers are more supporting and they care more about the health than the sisters. That's what I said.
Yes, absolutely, 1,000%. That's what I've seen, and I've been doing this for years, and that's what I've seen. I get more phone calls from brothers. I meet with more brothers. Yep. Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right.
We're gonna end it right here. We appreciate you, brothers and sisters that are here.
Uh-oh.